Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel Strike Force. Now, in today's video, we have a whole slew of data mine updates to go over today, including some information about the KNULL Diamond Leaderboard, which will be coming soon, the Blastar Scourge event, finally, and more. There's going to be lots of stuff. Also, some adjustments were made to the Hellfire Danger Room. You want to go over that because there was some confusion and misinformation about the Omega Mutant mods. I've seen lots of posts on Discord, on Reddit, on my YouTube comments that I want to clarify about how that works. And also, there is going to be some talk about the Hellfire Dimension, which is going to be starting tomorrow, right? On Thursday, I'm pretty sure. So I want to talk about that and how that's going to go, because there are some missing information as usual that is within the JSON files that I want to talk about. So before we get started with the video, though, I want to give a special shout out today. Hey everybody, now some of you probably know that I have been playing Raid Shadow Legends for about the last 6 months, but what if I told you that starting August 21st, for about 3 months, they're going to be running one of the coolest collaborations that I have seen yet in Raid. In partnership with Paramount, we're going to be seeing none other than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming to Raid Shadow Legends. That's right, you heard me. And they're going to be starting this off by giving Michelangelo absolutely free, and all you need to do is log in for 7 days during this period. There's also going to be a whole slew of other characters, including the rest of the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. And we'll also be seeing the appearances of April and Shredder, who will be the focus of a very special event dungeon where you can do battle against this big baddie. And this is the absolute best time to start playing Raid, because on top of this amazing Ninja Turtles collab event, you can also get yourself some amazing free starter champions, including the free legendary Karato Fox Hunter for download using the QR code in the top right or in the link in the description below, as well as getting 3 amazing epics: Uugo, Lady Annabelle, and Fayne at account level 10, 20, and 30. And that's not all, because you can get yourself also this amazing champion, Tholen Falbeard, by using the promo code Demon Slayer until the end of the month to get yourself this character. So, what are you waiting for? Download Raid today and let's have ourselves a big old pizza party on behalf of the Ninja Turtles. I'll see you there. All right, now there's a few things I want to talk about. These are the MSF Discord news updates that basically happened over the last 24 hours or so. I want to start with the Danger Room fixes. So we are making the following fixes to the current run of the Danger Room. Basically the Omega mod. So what was going on was that they were giving a crap ton of bonus health, but it was on spawn. And what was happening is it wasn't healing your character, which made it look like your character lost health. They didn't actually lose health. It's just that they were gaining a lot of health in battle, and they were not basically, they were not at that full amount when they started the battle. And that was causing a lot of confusion over players. And so they just removed that. It was technically, it's actually a nerf. Because they removed the health part from the mod. And also some of the card-related mods, the ISO mods, are also having issues with the healer ones, the skirmish. Like I don't know if all of them were working correctly. I never really used them, to be honest, because I hate swapping my ISOs around, but it was kind of neat. I heard it's not really working that well. And also the Sinister 6 updates, apparently Shocker was not giving. They removed his passive, which had increased damage and armor, and now they've added the stats to the rest of the Sinister 6, who should have it kicked into their character now. So that's the thing. And then Broken King Week 4, apparently there were some issues with using Rachel and Sebastian Shaw in raids, and so they're going to be sending out comp later on about that one. Now, I want to talk about that mod for the Danger Room, the Omega mod, right? So this is what it was doing. Now, scratch out this HP stuff because they're not doing that anymore. But it also gives 150% damage, true damage. And if you don't know what this is basically the max HP destruction, right? Mephisto has this, I think. Professor Xavier, I think, has this as well, right? Where it takes your HP bar down. That is part of the mod as well. Speed plus 125%, resistance 200, focus 150, armor 155, and special and ultimate energy cost -1 for the entire Danger Room when you had this mod. And this is the same for all of them, whether it's the Cable Omega Mutant mod, the Emma ones, or Madeline, whatever, however many there are. So this is really powerful, like so much so that I want to kind of show you this picture here, where it shows Storm having, like, this was with the HP before, so it'll be less now, but like 20 million HP potential with Storm, like 1.5 million damage stat. It's bonkers because it actually multiplies with some of those other mods that are in game. the ones that you put on before you start your run, and then it multiplies that. It's just some crazy numbers. I swear, if they had like crit damage on top, it's so easy. And I still recommend using, the Emmas, the Storm. I heard even Cable's actually pretty decent. I just never found Cable in any of my runs. That this makes it super easy, and D10 is a bit of a cakewalk, even if you just want to use rental characters. So that's a thing there. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is going to be the pocket dimension. Hellfire dimension, right? So that's a thing. And this is going to be starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Now, the first few nodes are pretty easy, right? If you look at the enemies, they're teal gear. Teal gear. This is like GG17. No, is that 18? I forget now. No, that's 18. So that's node 4, node 5. This is when it starts to get a little bit harder. When you get to mission 5, what's weird though is that like mission 5, I guess because it's a boss, right? You can see the little weird angry face there. And then node number 6 like drops down to tier 18 again. It's kind of weird how they do that. So this node number 5 might be a little difficult. We'll see, because there's like this really powerful Quasar there. But really it's going to be node 7 and 8 that's really ramping things up. They have Odin. They have like that's pretty big there. They have a two Franklin Richards with 2.6 million power, almost 2.8 million Sue over here. So this is going to be a bit of a pain. One thing that I want to note is that the Hellfire Club are getting bonuses here with on spawn safeguard for 2 turns. This will help on some of the characters that maybe remove buffs or like Lizard, right, or strips them in some way. That'll help from doing that. But when it comes to fighting like Franklin or Thanos, there's the Thanos endgame on this level, on this 8 node, on this final node, right? That's not going to protect you from that. But one thing that I want to point out is that the raid buffs are active. I just don't know if you're going up against characters like this, if Extreme X-Men is going to cut it. So they do want you to use Hellfire Club, obviously. But Rachel Summers is going to be available with Antimatter later on today, actually. Tomorrow, sorry, with the Hellfire Dimension to start picking up. But Sebastian Shaw won't be available until like next Friday. I don't know how long this is running. And it's not really that big of a deal if you clear it or not. Like it's not at the end of the world. As far as I know, they're not giving Gear 20 stuff. So it's going to be challenging, I think, especially if you don't have Hellfire Club. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be insane if you miss out on this, because the rewards aren't crazy. So I just wanted to go over this. I think it's going to be 7 and 8. Node 7 and 8, that's going to be probably the biggest challenge here as far as enemies. Lots of new characters on these ones in big numbers. So let's jump on over to the data mines. All right, so we have quite a few things to go over here in the data mine section. First off, we are getting the return of the Secret Warrior Showcase, or just showcases in general, because we never had one for the Hellfire Club, and it seemed like they were going away, but it seems like now it's coming back. This one obviously is going to be featuring Phantom Rider, and the story is going to involve Mephisto, basically, if you do follow the story at all. We talked about the mods for Hellfire Dimension, but I also want to clarify that inside of the files, the JSON files that you can find, that raid text is active. So you can use any non-mythic mutant, right? This includes Extreme X-Men and Old Man Logan, but I think that because they're old era stats, I don't know if they're going to hold up on some of those higher end nodes. And I think that, they obviously this is designed for Hellfire Club, but some people might be able to struggle their way through, especially the last 2 nodes. It might be doable with Extreme X-Men, but I'll probably start with using Hellfire Club. I'm going to try, I think. Coming soon, so the Phantom Rider Showcase, right? That's going to be coming pretty soon. You're going to be able to do that. Raid Warzone. That's going to be the next Alliance milestone, I guess. So earn Azazel Diamond Orb Fragments and Armory 20 Orb Fragments. This particular one is Battle in Raid and War, and get bonus points for battling in raids with Hellfire Club at 5, 6, 7 yellow, right? So this isn't so much different than the Cosmic Raid event that we had over the last month, which gave, I believe, Diamond Orb Fragments for the Fantastic Four. I think so. We're going to be seeing this for specific Hellfire Club characters here. There's also going to be, obviously, we know that the Phantom Rider has all awakened abilities. So he's basically like Ares 2.0, except he actually has a team. Whether or not I'm going to build them, I don't know. The jury's still out. There's a lot of characters coming out right now that I don't know where my priorities are right now. There's the Secret Warriors that are basically out right now, or that's going to be out with Phantom Rider. There is the Insidious 6 and more Sinister 6 upgrades that I might need to consider leveling up. And then we have the Hellfire Club finishing up. And I'm starting to wonder whether I want to go back to a Curse or not with Azazel. So there's just a lot of things on the board right now, and I'm not sure where I'm going to be going with that. Scorpion is going to be the first character of the Insidious 6. We see some offer data mine, so this is going to be likely next week sometime, probably early in the week, because we're not getting a character released this week. Also, we have Strike Pass Season 93 for Rachel Summer Shards, so that's going to be happening. Now, keep in mind, by the way, for Phantom Rider, his release is basically through the Battle Pass, through the RTA Pass. So that's, I think after this current one, that's where you're going to start to see his shards. But I think it's over 4 passes if you want to get them unlocked free to play. Otherwise, I think that you can fast track it by buying the premium pass there. Now, Broken King month 2. So we got some data mines for month 2 and week 5. And what's interesting is some of the quote unquote hints that are in throughout the month of the second month. Scorpion joins Infestation. We knew this. I mean, joins Insidious 6. But play Battle World to earn null shards, and more specifically, earn null diamonds through his leaderboard event. So, I mean, we're not surprised that much, really, are we? That this was happening, but it is confirmation that his leaderboard event is going to be in September. Now, when in September, we don't know. And that's made me think that maybe I should save my power cores. I should save my campaign energy to get as far ahead on this leaderboard event when it comes. Because most likely there is going to be some sort of free-to-play input, and usually it ends up being one of those two. Also, battle the Null boss in Battle World. So Null is coming back next week, as we'll see in week 5. Play every day to maintain your streak bonus. Prepare for Invasion Blastar by upgrading your Conquerors. They still haven't updated the tags on the Chapter 2 characters with the Conquerors, because that's what it's supposed to have, I think. Anyway, some of the points: play raids, basically collect the items. These are like Sinister 6 or Insidious 6 related meta items. Play a raid with Scorpion, Hobgoblin, and Superior Spider-Man. Broken King week 5. Spend campaign energy. Play Battle World, right? So next week we are getting the return of Battle World one more time at least, to get some null shards for anyone who might have missed out on that. Play Cosmic Crucible with Accursed. Play Blitz with Scorpion to earn exclusive rewards. So again, confirmation that Scorpion will be released next week, and there's going to be some premium rewards with them, and then null shard earning points for earning null shards, and also clear Battle World waves. So this kind of stuff in here. So and the spend campaign energy is probably like 10 energy, so don't worry about that. Some stuff about the meta items, which I've already talked about. And what's interesting here is they actually have the Battle World mini bosses already for Battle World 2. Or this is what I assume to be Battle World 2, because it's coded as Sentry boss, not Null boss. That was the previous coding for Null in Battle World 1. This is already some of the coding that we have for Battle World 2. So these are the different bosses, right? They could be the Herald bosses, or I don't know how they're going to be changing Battle World 2. I have zero clue about what adjustments are being made this time around for Battle World 2, but we do see some of the character bosses. Black Widow boss, it's the Sentry boss, right? This is probably the main one. Bullseye Sentry boss. Now, I don't know if this is some sort of, is this a hint about things that could happen? I don't know, right? You know, as far as the characters that are included in here: Bullseye, Captain America, Daken, Hawkeye, Hulk, Iron Man. Hawkeye, that's interesting, because Hawkeye's like flat garbage. So is there going to be a rework to Bullseye and Hawkeye? I wonder. Hulk, Iron Man, Iron Patriot, Moonstone, Thor, and US Agent. Okay, so the only ones that really stand out to me here is Bullseye. Why the hell would they make a boss of Bullseye and Hawkeye in their current form? Because they're flat out dog crap. We also have some references to the characters, and based on the datamine file, Sentry is going to be a bio-cosmic character, I think, is what I understand. And then there's a separate one for Void, but he does not have a gear associated with him. So really, I think that we don't know what the kid is, but this is my speculation that Sentry is going to have some sort of form transformation, right? Whether this is like a Dark Phoenix thing, or he can at will, maybe with one of his skills, change his form, or he uses his ultimate and he shape changes into Void, or if he dies maybe on his passive or something, or if he gets low health, he turns into the Void. I don't know, but there's going to be 2 separate characters with 2 separate kits. That's all I know. And we're not going to be getting Sentry unlocked probably for, it's a couple of months, right? Whatever it took for Null. So that's something that I would expect there as well. It's going to be a slow burn. I think Null was like 3 or 4 months that we didn't even see him until like, what was it, January or February? I forget now at this point. Battle World 1 was an absolute bust though. So hopefully Battle World 2 is a little bit better. Realize that it cut off right here at the bottom here. My apologies. But down here, this is Sentry and Void where I was scrolling down. My apologies. I need to fix my my screen here. So those are all of the data mines that are coming to the game. Right, this is all this week, and well, mostly next week is what I meant to say. All the events that are coming up next week, and as far as the leaderboard goes for the Null Diamonds, that's something that I'm casually saving my cores and energy for that. We do have this Sebastian Shaw leaderboard, which is going to start tomorrow. I'm not sure how much I care about that because I do care about Null Diamonds more than I do care about, I think it's Tech Gear Tier 20 minis. I know that, the Insidious 6 are coming, so if that's something that you want to go in on. But to get points in this 3-day leaderboard that they're doing, you have to have Sebastian Shaw at Gear Tier 20, I believe, to get bonus points, and they're spending campaign energy, right? And I just spent a crap ton of campaign energy on this past leaderboard, so I don't think I'm going to have enough saved to really make a difference. So I'm just going to go all in, hoarding my campaign energy, hoarding my power cores for that Null leaderboard whenever it happens so I can do the best that I can on that one. And I think when you're more free to play or you're not spending, really you need to save your resources and conserve your resources the most to be able to get the best bang for your buck, maybe like once a month or something on a leaderboard event. But that's just me and my thoughts. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below. And hey, just wanted to remind people that if you haven't played Raid Shadow Legends yet, now is a great time to do so. As you guys know, I do have a Raid Shadow Legends channel. I am playing this every single day, and they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration, which is going on right now. And honestly, it's a whole lot of fun. So just wanted to point that here at the end of the video. That's it for now, everyone, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. We'll probably be talking about, I guess, Hellfire Dimension next, probably at this point. See you guys. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll be greatly helping out the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.